All right, welcome in Leo and Leo placements. This is your beginning of August 2026 reading. So this reading is for the period of August 1st through the 15th, 2026. And it is intended for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. All right, so we're going to get a couple oracle cards and then get into tarot, see what Spirit wants you to know and what to possibly expect for this time period. As always, with these collective readings, please take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't for someone else. If you do feel like roles can be reversed and it resonates that way, please do so. And if you're feeling that it's not resonating with you at all, then please check another placement. All right, let's get into it here. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for Leo and Leo placements, what do we have for them for the period of August 1st through the 15th of 2026, please? What is the energy? What do we need to know? Leo and Leo placements. Okay. 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 So first we have separation. So we have silence, longing for you, and distance. And we also have visit. Unexpected visit, phone call, knock, riding by house. Okay. All right. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangel Michael, what is the overall energy for Leo and Leo placements from August 1st through the 15th? What do we need to know? What can they expect here? Okay, a couple cards popping out here. Okay, we've got the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands. What else do we have here? Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, the King of Swords. Okay, and at the bottom is the Ace of Swords. All right, so I'm feeling like there is someone here that you've been dealing with. Potentially you are in separation from this person. There's a lot of anxiety here, okay? So I don't know if, this is, I'm kind of feeling it could be on both sides, because maybe you've been feeling intuitively that this person, is going to return, and maybe that, is bringing up some kind of anxiety for you. Maybe this person has made you anxious in the past, so it's kind of like reopening some of those anxious type wounds. It could also, I'm also feeling though that this person, whoever it is that you've been dealing with, the 8 of Swords here is mostly on their end though. Okay. I feel like, this person knows they need to return to at least try to make things right with you. And I feel like they feel that they're feeling very, very anxious about this. Okay. It's something that's consuming them. It's something they can't escape. It's something that, it's basically there on a continual basis. Okay. But that anxiety is what is pushing this person toward coming your way. Okay. They can't escape this sense of being anxious. And I feel like the anxiety is coming because, or it's there because this person, number one, has, potentially treated you, wrongly, in a bad way. But I also feel that there's something as far as guilt is what I'm feeling. And so whatever this guilt is, this person can't escape it. And so I feel like, this person has this sense of anxiety, and the fact that it's not going away, this person knows the only way to alleviate it is to come your way and try to make amends here. So I do feel that this person is anxious, most likely, because they know that if they come your way, it will most likely cause an argument of some sort. Okay, maybe the two of you separated on bad terms. Maybe you separated with a pretty significant argument. Okay, I do feel that this person potentially brought chaos and conflict into your life. Okay, and it is possible that it was due to an external party or influence. We'll have to see what else comes out here, but I am feeling that energy potentially here. All right. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles being here, I do feel that this is how this person sees you. Male or female, doesn't matter your gender. And they, see you as someone who is loving, nurturing, and caring. You're stable and secure. You're grounded. And you know your value and you know your worth. So you have no problem defending yourself or standing up for yourself, and you will not settle for less than what you feel like you deserve. Okay, so I feel like because this person sees you in that energy and they understand this about you, that is, number one, what's causing some anxiety within them, because they know that it's going to be very difficult to get around any boundaries that you have in place, or make you feel like you're able to be talked to in a certain manner where they can kind of pull at your heartstrings is what I'm feeling. Okay, now with this person feeling like you are the Queen of Pentacles, they see you in a very high energy, a high light. I feel like this person almost puts you on a pedestal here. Okay. Now with the Six of Wands being here, this person, I feel they do want to be successful here. This person really does want success with you. And that could also be another reason for this sense of anxiety. There's a lot at stake here. Maybe this person sees the fact that you are this Queen of Pentacles and that other people also see your value and that you get a lot of attention. Whether you do or not, they see you that way. So I feel like, not only, with the Five of Wands being here, is it about that this person is nervous about, starting an argument with you and, bringing more drama into the situation. And it, like I said, it could also be that there was, excuse me, an external party or influence here that was involved. But I also feel with the Five of Wands being here that this person also wants to fight for this connection. Okay. And again, it's because they see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and this person does have significant anxiety about that. Okay. So they do want to be successful here. But I also feel that, this person, you most likely had given this person a significant amount of attention that they really did like. They liked the attention that they got from you. And so I feel like, they miss your attention. They miss the energy that you were giving them. And I feel like this person is willing to do whatever is necessary to get your attention again. And, if you do, ever see this person, I don't know if it's complete separation or if it's minimal contact, something like that. Maybe you're just not really giving them the time of day. But, for some of you, maybe you work with this person. So, you have to see them every now and then, but, you just don't really talk to them unless you have to. this person is going to try to they're going to do something to try to get your attention potentially. Okay. Now this person I feel is showing up as the King of Swords, and male or female doesn't matter, but I am feeling that this person is in swords energy. I'm not getting that from you. I'm getting this from this person. And so I feel like this person has been in the energy where, maybe they've made decisions, and their actions have been out of their headspace, not their heart space. Maybe this person has, potentially issues with emotional vulnerability. So maybe they've gaslit you before. Maybe they've ghosted you and detached when, things got challenging. So maybe you might resonate with this person being a runner to a certain degree. I feel like this person, whether they're an air sign or not, I feel like this person, like I said, has been behaving, and, even their choice of words that they use might not be very emotional. They might not be, very loving. It's more, that, they're cold. And even having an argument with this person, maybe they've said some things that were pretty mean. I feel like maybe this person has no problem or has not had any problems in the past letting people go because their emotions were turned off. Maybe not completely off, but they've had a wall around their heart. Okay, that's a defense mechanism. But with you, I feel like this person has not been able to get past whatever has happened between the two of you. Okay, and so I feel like this person is coming back in. They do want to talk. This person does want to bring you some honesty, some clarity, some information. Okay, with the Ace of Swords. So, I would expect some kind of communication from this person. All right, so we have air energy, we've got fire, and we've got earth so far. Okay. Like I was saying, I don't feel, even though the Queen of Pentacles is an energy that does talk about being loving and nurturing, I don't have any cups energy here. So there's nothing as far as far as emotion. Okay. All right. So Spirit, what are the potential challenges and difficulties for Leo and Leo placements here between August 1st and the 15th? What are the potential challenges and difficulties they might be experiencing? All right, let me see if I can go around the cat here. We've got the Six of Swords. I know, hon. We have the Seven. Let's see if I can put it here. The Seven of Cups. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. And the 10 of Wands. Okay, at the bottom is Strength. So that's your card. All right. So as far as the potential challenges that you might be facing, I feel like with the Six of Swords being here, of course, the Six of Swords is talking about, wanting to move things into a more calm and peaceful and balanced place, in your life. I also feel like, it also obviously could be in relation to a connection or relationship or a situation. So I feel like, you are trying to get to a more peaceful place in your life here, because I feel like whatever this person has brought to you, it brought significant, drama. Okay. Conflict, things like that with the Five of Wands. And I feel like, you're just trying to get back to a more peaceful, calm place. You're wanting to move on to calmer waters here for yourself, and maybe having this person return, or, thinking about what's going on between you and them, it's been a challenge for you to do this. Okay. Now, also, if this person does return, wanting to move to a calmer place or feeling like that's even possible, that also might be a challenge for you. Okay. After what has, maybe transpired between the two of you. Now, with the 7 of Cups here, I feel like, maybe it is possible, if there was an external influence, that maybe this person did make you feel like an option. Okay. Maybe this person made you feel like an option as far as, with maybe their job, or, it could be anything that this person, they could have hung out with their best friend and not spent enough time with you. Whatever it could, whatever it is, this person could have very well made you feel like, you were an option to them. They didn't want to give you equal reciprocity. So if that's the case, then that might be difficult to imagine that things would be different. And it's possibly even difficult to feel like, can I trust this person moving forward? Now, maybe this person also confused you and disillusioned you with the things that they said. So maybe this person, knew exactly what to say, what you wanted to hear. Maybe this person future faked you and, told you one thing, but their actions showed you another. So that, their words and actions never matched. So if that's the case, if you resonate with that, then that's something else that's difficult to get past. Now, I also feel with the 7 of Cups that keeping your options open after, dealing with this person and everything they put you through, that is something else that might feel, like it's a challenge. Okay. With the Page of Pentacles here, for some of you, maybe you have a child. It could even be with this person. And if that's the case, that would make this a significantly challenging situation, because you might have a tie like that with this person, so it's hard to, just walk away completely. But I do feel with the Page of Pentacles here that there is something here that talks about communication. So you might be getting a message, from this person. Now, this card over here, the Oracle does say visit. They could actually pop up at your house. Could be a phone call, could be a text, DM, whatever might be the case for you. But there is going to be some kind of communication here. Now, maybe communication has been difficult with this person. Maybe communicating because maybe this person's been immature. So maybe that's been a challenge. Maybe there's been an age gap between you and this person. So maybe that's posed a challenge somehow. Okay. But I do feel that after separation, the idea of talking with this person with the Page of Pentacles, that is something else that, maybe you're not ready for, or maybe it's something that, you feel just will be an uphill battle. Okay. With the 7 of Pentacles, I feel that, that there most likely has been some sort of investment made here with this person. So I feel like this person, whoever you've been dealing with, is not a brand new person. You've known them at least for a little while. For some of you, you've known them for quite a while. But whoever this is, there is some sort of investment that's been made. Seeds have been planted here. And so to just walk away from that investment, it might be significant, as far as being a challenge for you. Okay. On the other hand, going back to giving to this person after separation and after everything that has transpired between the two of you. And, the 7 of Pentacles can also be an energy of waiting. You plant the seeds and then you wait for them to grow. So there might be something as far as waiting that's involved here that also might be challenging. It could be that if you decide to make amends with this person and move forward with them, it is possible that, maybe you want to take it super slow to make sure that their actions do match their words. And so there could be a significant amount of time as far as waiting is concerned. Maybe for some of you as well, there has been a significant amount of time that has gone on here as far as separation. So maybe you've been separated with this person for a while or from this person. And so for some of you, it's like, well, it's been so long. Why are you coming back now? And with the 10 of Wands being here as well, I feel like, this person did bring significant burden to your life. I feel like they did bring drama and chaos and conflict. And I feel like, you are valuing your peace. You're valuing harmony in your life. And this person, kind of like brought upheaval. So they brought, a significant burden to you. And I feel like the burden, maybe you're starting to try to get away from that and you're trying to move on to those calmer waters. You've been trying to heal. And now with this person returning, it's like, everything that you've been working toward as far as, being in a more calm and peaceful place. Now this person, could be bringing burden back into your life. And it, so the amount of burden that might be returning with this person might again be something very challenging for you to overcome. Okay. With Strength being on the bottom of the deck, I feel like, it is possible that this person has acted and behaved out of pride and ego. Okay, so especially for those of you who resonate with maybe this person taking a long time to return to make things right, it could be that they were holding back because of that. So that might be a challenge to overlook that or get past that fact. Okay, I also feel like for you to hold back from this person might be difficult as well. And I feel like for some of you out there, at least, maybe this person did or said something or made you feel, especially if they made you feel like an option, that maybe there is something here as far as your sense of inner strength and confidence being challenged. Okay, maybe this person put you in competition or wanted to humble you in some way. Maybe this person saw the amount of confidence that you had inside of you and they were, they were envious of that because they didn't have it themselves. But, those might be significant challenges for you as well. Okay. So as far as additional signs, now we've got water. So all signs are out here. Okay. We also have Leo with the Strength card. All right. So Spirit, what is your advice? What is your guidance for Leo and Leo placements here? Okay. Let's see. What is this? Okay. So we've got the Two of Swords. It was in reverse. We've had the Eight of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, that is a lot of cards here. Okay. We have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and then the other two cards are the Six of Cups and the Knight of Swords. And I am being guided to take all of them. On the bottom is the Empress. Okay. All right. So with the Two of Swords being in reverse here, the Two of Swords upright, is a card of, knowing that you need to make a decision. It could be a card of a stalemate as well. Okay. Where, you're not really sure of which decision to make. The person on the card is blindfolded, and a lot of times they are blindfolded to the truth. Okay. We did have the Ace of Swords that came out on the bottom of the deck after that initial round of cards that came out with the overall energy. So this person does want to come and bring you something as far as truth and clarity. Okay. But I feel like, with the Two of Swords in reverse, I feel like, maybe a decision has already been made. Okay. And so I feel like, spirit is basically saying that you already know what the decision is in your soul. And it was 25-25 when I said that on the timer. Spirit is saying that deep down what decision you need to make here in this situation. Okay, whatever that is for you. All right. So Spirit is telling you that the guidance is to pull your energy back and to walk away from what no longer serves you. Okay, so if you feel that, deep in your soul here, that that walking away and staying separated from this person is what is best for you and what will serve you the best, then that is what you need to do. Because a decision was already made here to walk away, to separate. Okay, now whether that decision was made by this other person or whether this decision was made by you, I feel like, obviously there's been separation here. So whoever initiated this separation, there was a decision that was made. Okay. And I feel like Spirit is saying that what decision is best for you at this time. Whether, outwardly you feel that way, I feel like Spirit says that deep in your soul here what the best decision is for you. Okay. Now, whatever this decision, whatever this separation has brought to you, whatever has transpired here between you and this person, there has been heartbreak on both sides. Okay. And the thing is that you need to work through those feelings and remember the heartbreak that this person has put you through. Okay. Now, for some of you out there, I do feel again that there was a third party situation here. That might not resonate with all of you, but Spirit doesn't want you to forget the fact that this person potentially had someone else on the side here. Okay. And if that is the case, then again, Spirit says that what is best for you right here. Okay. What decision you really need to make here in this situation. Now, if you don't resonate with there being a third party of any kind, I do feel, and honestly, whether you do resonate with the third party situation or not, I feel that Spirit wants you to focus on your home. Spirit wants you to focus on moving forward because there are other fish in the sea. Okay. There is the potential for a new relationship on the horizon here. And I feel like, like I said, whether there is a third party energy here or not, I feel like Spirit wants you to not just be the Queen of Pentacles like you are up here, but also embody the Queen of Wands, where the positive aspects of the Queen of Wands are knowing that you are valuable. Okay, so your value, your worth, you stand in your power, and that you're powerful. Okay, you're powerful enough to make the changes and make things happen for yourself. And you make these changes based on the passion that's inside of you. Okay, so you take action, and you take that action because of the passion that you have inside of you. Okay, so spirit wants you to, embody this energy and make things happen the way you want them to happen. Because once you embody, I mean, granted, yes, the Queen of Pentacles is a wonderful energy, and that is an energy that is magnetic for a lot of people. But the Queen of Wands is also a magnetic type energy. Okay, so I feel that, spirit wants you to remember your value and your worth, and not settle for less here. Okay, like I said, maybe focus on your home. If you do have children or family, focus on them as well. But I do feel with the Four of Wands that there is something as far as maybe a new connection that's on the horizon for you. Okay, I feel like Spirit is saying to focus on what makes you happy. Okay. It could be, like I said, friends. It could be family. It could be anything, hobbies, whatever the 10 of Cups is for you, whatever brings you emotional fulfillment, Spirit wants you to focus on that. Okay. Now, again, be prepared that this person from your past is going to come back. They are going to try to get in touch with you. Okay. They could be coming in impulsively. They could be coming in a reckless manner as well, because they know that, maybe you're moving in another direction. Okay. Maybe they feel you slipping away. For some of them, maybe they know that you have or they can feel that you have a new connection that's possibly going to be entering your life here with the Four of Wands. So I feel like this person, they really do want to come in and communicate. And so they might be doing it in an impulsive way. Okay. And so this person might bring things up from the past. Some of it, they might not even be thinking about it before they say it. So honestly, that could go either way. It could be something positive, but it might be something not so positive. So keep that in mind. They also might be pulling at your heartstrings. They might bring things up as far as the past, memories, nostalgic type things, because they want to reconcile with you. And they feel like pulling at your heartstrings. Now, whether they've done this in the past or not, whether it's worked in the past or not, they feel that maybe this will work with you. Okay. On the bottom here, we do have the Empress. And, male or female doesn't matter the gender. But with the Empress being here, I do feel that Spirit wants you to remind yourself that you are the prize in this situation. You are the prize here. Okay. Remember your value, remember your worth, and remember to stay in your power. Okay. Because you have a lot of power in this situation. Not only that, stay in this receiving energy. Okay. The Empress, we all have masculine and feminine energies in all of us, and male or female doesn't matter the gender. But the Empress is receiving energy. It's not the person that takes action. So this person is going to be taking action toward you. All right. Now, in your life, moving forward, yes, you need to take action. Okay. Take that passionate action. But as far as this person is concerned, don't reach out to them. And for some of you out there, you might not even want to speak with this person. Because for some of you out there, like I said, you have already made this decision. And you're sticking with it. You're not going backward. You're only moving forward. Okay? So, you and I just got chills here. So I feel like for a lot of you, that might be the case. You've already moved on. This person's already put you through heartbreak. It's like, I'm done. I'm not changing my mind. So, Spirit is just wanting you to know that, this person is most likely going to be coming back, looking to make amends, trying to get your attention, and possibly even asking for another chance here. Okay. All right. Additional signs. I think we just have Libra and Taurus with the Empress. Everything else is out here, and all signs are here. Okay. All right. Well, Leo, I'm going to leave this reading here. I do hope that it helps. I hope it brought you some information and some clarity. If you do feel like it resonates, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, take care and namaste.